Well, hello there. You know how choosing where to eat can be tough, right? Well, choosing where to host your website can feel just as daunting. There are so many big players fighting for your money and attention, like Hostinger versus Bluehost. Are they both good? Is one better than the other? And most importantly, which one should you choose if you're a complete beginner? Let me break it all down and answer all of your questions. We should start with the simple question: can you manage your website even if you're a beginner? And the answer for both providers is yes. When it comes to ease of use, I'd personally give the spotlight to Bluehost. Its dashboard is clean, minimalist, and displays only the essential information. Whether I'm installing WordPress, updating plugins, enhancing security, or just handling routine tasks, everything feels quick and effortless. Surprisingly, even seasoned internet veterans will appreciate Bluehost too, since it still includes the classic cPanel, my dreaded enemy. But I get why it's there. Having two control panels, one for beginners and one for pros, is actually a smart move. And let's not forget the Bluehost website builder that comes included with hosting. It's not your typical standalone builder, it's more like Elementor, fully integrated and working within the WordPress ecosystem. That said, Hostinger's H-Panel isn't far behind. One thing that really stands out about Hostinger is that it's constantly evolving. The platform gets regular updates, and I love that it lets you customize widgets, shows news, and announcements right on the dashboard, something Bluehost doesn't offer. There's also a solid collection of Hostinger WordPress tools built right in to make your life easier. With each update, H-Panel becomes faster, more optimized, and more practical. Though I'll admit those frequent updates can sometimes slow down your workflow in the moment. Still, one of my favorite things? You can actually check the Hostinger roadmap and see what's coming next. Super useful if you like knowing where the platform is headed. Oh, and here's a fun fact. Both providers are officially recommended by WordPress as top-tier options for the best WordPress hosting. So if you're only focused on finding the best hosting for WordPress, well, the creators themselves gave the stamp of approval. And hey, they can't lie, right? Overall, Bluehost has a slight edge when it comes to user experience, since it caters to both complete beginners and more experienced users. Hostinger's controls can feel a bit more complex by comparison, but honestly, you won't go wrong with either provider. They're both solid choices. Next up in the Bluehost versus Hostinger comparison, money. Both Bluehost and Hostinger offer similar starting prices for their entry-level shared hosting plans, which I always recommend for beginners since you can easily upgrade later and don't risk wasting a bunch of money up front. You get up to 100 gigabytes of NVMe storage and support for hosting up to 100 websites. Pretty generous, especially if you're just running a single portfolio or blog. Also, pricing stays relatively similar across both, but keep in mind that Bluehost's more expensive shared hosting plan is geared toward e-commerce and doesn't necessarily offer more resources. It just adds some e-commerce specific features. For the very basic plan, Hostinger allows 25 websites, while Bluehost allows 10. Personally, I'd lean toward Hostinger for the value, but honestly, both are pretty equal if you're just looking to host a few sites. Beyond that, both providers offer similar extras like a free domain name, free SSL certificate, unlimited bandwidth, and professional email accounts. Oh, and by the way, if you're on the hunt for a Hostinger coupon code or Bluehost discounts, I've got you covered. You'll find my special links for both providers down in the description. So, if you're planning to grab the best web hosting today, why not do it with style and a solid discount? Now, the price you see isn't set in stone, so let's talk about renewal pricing. Those low initial rates, they only apply to your first billing period. After that, renewal rates kick in, and they're usually significantly higher. That's just how the industry works. That's why I always recommend going with the longest billing term available. 4 years at a low rate is way better than doing 1 year at a discount and then paying regular price for the next 3. Hostinger's renewal strategy is pretty straightforward. Basically just double the intro cost. Bluehost, on the other hand, has a more aggressive renewal pricing model. And here's something important if you're looking for short-term hosting. Hostinger gives you the best deals for longer subscriptions, but Bluehost actually offers a better deal if you're just going for a 1-year plan. So overall, Hostinger will be more cost-effective long-term, but if you're only testing the waters or need hosting for a short-term project, Bluehost won't require a large upfront investment. That pretty much sums up the pricing section of this comparison. Next up, let's cover some technical stuff, security and performance. Don't worry, I'll keep it quick. When it comes to security, both Bluehost and Hostinger offer the essential tools to keep your site protected. You get 24/7 server monitoring, a free SSL certificate, yes, that little lock icon, and DDoS protection. But one of the most important features, at least in my opinion, is automatic backups. Hostinger handles this pretty well. Their cheap web hosting plans come with weekly backups, while higher tier plans include daily backups. Bluehost, on the other hand, only provides daily automatic backups on their higher tier plans. And even then, it's only free for the first year. After that, you'll need to pay a small monthly fee to keep it going. Alternatively, you can always use third-party tools or create manual backups through cPanel if you don't want to pay. But I'd really like to see a better built-in option down the line. A key point to remember with Bluehost is that many of its free security features are only free for the first year. After that, they switch to a paid subscription. On the plus side, Bluehost does offer a wider range of security add-ons, while Hostinger tends to include most of the essential security features right from the start. Now, moving on to performance. I wanted to compare both providers to Google's recommended loading speed of 2.5 seconds, which is crucial for better search engine optimization and a smoother user experience. To test this, I created a fresh WordPress website with some demo content. As expected, both Bluehost and Hostinger loaded the site faster than the 2.5 second benchmark. Hostinger did especially well, clocking in at just 1.3 seconds, while Bluehost came in at around 2 seconds. Keep in mind, I didn't use any optimization tools offered by either provider. So with a few tweaks, you could see even better results. In my continuous uptime test, both sites have consistently shown 100% uptime with no major downtime to report. As for stress testing, I sent 50 virtual users to browse the site at the same time. And as expected, both Bluehost and Hostinger held the line without any errors or noticeable spikes in response time. And to be fair, 50 users at once is a solid amount of traffic. So if you're pulling those numbers, congrats. Overall, when it comes to security and performance, Hostinger takes the edge, while Bluehost isn't far behind. It just could offer a bit more on the security front. After all, you could never have too much security. In the end, while I consider both Hostinger and Bluehost to be among the best web hosting providers, I have to give the edge to Hostinger. Don't get me wrong, Bluehost comes packed with useful tools, plenty of resources, and one of the most beginner-friendly dashboards out there. I genuinely love it. However, Hostinger stands out for me by being faster, more affordable, and simply offering more value overall, all of which make it a winning choice in my book. Whichever provider you go with, just make sure to take advantage of my exclusive discount links in the description. You don't want to overpay when a discount is just a click away. Thanks for sticking around to the end of my Hostinger versus Bluehost hosting comparison video. If you're looking for more in-depth insights, be sure to check out my full Hostinger review or the latest Bluehost review. And if you enjoy content like this, why not subscribe to the Cybernews YouTube channel? Got questions or just want to chat? Drop a comment below. I'm always around. All right, that's enough for today. I'll see you in the next video.